Two children are critically injured after they fell out of a moving pickup truck. It happened at the Desert Tortoise campground at Lake Pleasant. Sky 12 captured the moment that two medical helicopters took off from the scene. Deputies tell us that they believe the kids are ages 8 and 9 years old. They're still investigating what led up to the incident.
Three teenagers were arrested in connection to a shooting at a Scottsdale bus stop back on May 24th. The teens got into an argument with a man. This is right near the Scottsdale quarter. And one of those teens, who was 17, then shot that man. He was taken to the hospital. He is expected to survive. The Maricopa County Attorney's Office will decide now whether that 17-year-old shooter will be charged as an adult. Troopers identify a wrong-way driver who was killed on I-17. She is 18-year-old Javea Burkett. She crashed into another vehicle near 7th Avenue early yesterday morning. It shut the freeway down during the entire morning commute. And look at the wreckage there. A 53-year-old man was also seriously injured in this crash. Troopers are still investigating why she was driving the wrong way.
Convicted murderer Lori Vallow Daybell imploring to her latest jury to find her not guilty. She's accused of conspiring to kill her niece's ex-husband. She is representing herself in the third trial that she's faced in as many years.
Erica Stapleton in the courtroom for opening arguments. And Erica, how did this land with the jury, you think?
Well, Caribe, Troy, this jury, now 15 of them, they were listening, they were attentive. And, keep in mind, they do not know Lori Vallow Daybell's backstory, that she's been convicted in Idaho of killing her children and convicted just a couple months ago in Arizona for conspiring to kill her former husband. We are not expecting any of that to come up in this trial. The state has to keep a very narrow focus case, but prosecutor Trina Kay laying out her roadmap in court today that Lori Vallow Daybell conspired with her brother, Alex Cox, to kill Brandon Boudreau, her niece's ex-husband. Back in October 2019, investigators believe Lori's brother shot at Brandon outside his home in Gilbert. He was not injured, but he did call 911. The prosecutor said she will use text messages, surveillance footage, cell phone data, and license plate readers as some of the evidence to prove that Vallow Daybell was part of this conspiracy. Vallow Daybell, who is representing herself, also gave her own opening statement to the jury. The prosecutor had to object multiple times, claiming Vallow Daybell was either giving an argument or bringing up something inappropriate or unnecessary. Vallow Daybell told jurors that she had no animosity toward Brandon and tried to allude that this was all a conspiracy against her.
How did the police figure out that this defendant and Alex Cox were involved? Well, when the police were interviewing Brandon, they asked him if he had any enemies. Who would want to do this? And Brandon told the police the only people he could think of was Lori Vallow and Alex Cox.
So I implore you to listen carefully and decide for yourselves if the state's theory really makes logical sense. What motivation did I have? What malice have I ever shown to anyone? What benefit would I gain? I am a person who loves all people and has no malice towards anyone, not even the prosecutors who wrongfully try to convict me.
Your Honor, I'm going to object again to relevance and to argument.
Sustained.
I am all about spreading love and will continue to do so, even after this trial is complete, no matter the result.
Lori Vallow Daybell's brother, Alex Cox, can't be charged in this case because he died in December 2019 before charges were filed. Now, Brandon Boudreau, the alleged victim in this case, he was the state's first witness, and some of his most compelling testimony, I think, was when he testified to confronting Lori Vallow Daybell over text message about trying to, interfere with his marriage, some of the damage that he believes she may have caused to his family. And he also described the moment he realized that someone was trying to kill him. He said initially when his car was struck, he thought maybe it could have been a paintball gun. He didn't see a bullet, so he was a bit confused. Obviously, that's a shocking scenario. But he said, it was really striking when I finally processed and said, oh, someone was trying to kill me. And as you heard, he said the people he thought could have been behind it were Lori Vallow and Alex Cox, her brother. So that was what we heard today in court. Of course, Lori Vallow Daybell wants to cross-examine Brandon Boudreau. Unfortunately, she said she was not able to do that today because her investigator has some of her files. That was this whole thing in court. But essentially, she's going to be allowed to cross-examine him tomorrow, and the state had to move forward with calling some other witnesses today. That's essentially the nutshell of what happened this afternoon. But we are expecting this case to go on for the next couple of weeks here. And again, this is Lori Vallow Daybell's third trial. She has not been sentenced yet in that last Arizona case, but we're expecting that to happen after the outcome of this trial. We are live in Phoenix tonight. Erica Stapleton, 12 News.
All right, could be an interesting day in court tomorrow with that cross-examination. Thank you, Erica. So if you're interested in this, remember 12 Plus streams daily gavel-to-gavel coverage of that trial. So if you're interested in this, download 12 Plus on your TV right now. You can watch it for free. Also on 12 Plus, a recap of what happened during the day's testimony at 8:30 p.m. Again, exclusively streaming on 12 Plus.